I thought tactically we did a good job with what we were trying to do defensively for a large part, but we didn't win the toughness and hustle plays. They got a bunch of offensive rebounds. We held them to 37% shooting, and then they got a boatload of offensive rebounds that hurt us. And I thought they beat us with the toughness things. Just smashed us on the glass, and we had a bunch of shots at the basket that you got to be strong and finish. And I thought we got to finish those, right? Those are, we got the ball to the places we want. So, credit to them. I thought they beat us in those categories.
And before we get into the nitty-gritty of the stuff that made or broke the game, you just want to talk about quickly about a statement about the seniors and what they did for you guys over the course of their time here.
Yeah, it's always tough. Senior day, it goes by pretty quickly, but certainly through this is, in all my years, probably the class that I've had the least amount of issues with for 4 years, right? You come here as young people, and sometimes you make lots of mistakes, and we have to deal with those. This class made very few, if any, mistakes off the court in their social life, and so credit to them and their parents, and they handled themselves in really magnificent ways, and academically they've just been absolutely stellar, and are leaving here with 2 degrees, many of them, and GPAs that people can only dream of. So it's been awesome to have 4 people that have been so mature for their entire college career, because you don't get that very often.
And then that first quarter, it just seems like you guys couldn't buy a bucket. Was that shot selection or just not able to finish? Maybe some of those emotions and some of your players sort of...
Yeah, I maybe a little bit of both. I think there was some shot selection, and then there was also, we missed a couple layups, and then we get to the free throw line and we missed the free throws. So I don't know if you're tired, I don't know what it is, but there was definitely some opportunities in there where we got at the basket with a layup, couldn't convert it, got to the free throw line and get 1 of 2. I think there was 3 separate times we went 1 of 2. Those are hurting you. When you're struggling to score, boy, if you get to the free throw line, you gotta capitalize, and if you can get it at the basket for a layup, you gotta score that.
And then it seemed like with the way the story has been written, some other games this year, if you see them go down the way they did in the first, then it just kind of gets away. But that didn't happen today. Did you like the way that they battled back and kept trying to battle late in the game?
Yeah, I thought, that's a tough dig in the second half when you're down, 18. We were down 20. I think we got down 20. And, that's a tough dig to get it back to 4. And I thought Liv was really good in there for us. We got a nice offensive flow. We were executing really well. We got shots that we wanted to get for sure. I wish I would have ran something different when it was 4. I made a bad decision and we threw the ball away. I wish I would have ran something different.
So as we said, Rider finishes off Canisius 62-54. They come back from a disappointing loss on Friday night against Niagara where they fell behind. And the story of the game was that neither team really shot the ball well. In fact, Canisius shot the ball better than Rider. Really unthinkable after that first quarter. The rebounds, 15 more rebounds for Rider, and the second chances points for the Bronx, 14, as opposed to Canisius' just 3. But other than that, the stats pretty even, but Rider once again holding an opponent under 60 points where they're now 11-0 this season.
Yeah, it really was kind of a game of time and score, wasn't it? Rider opening up the big lead, Canisius just too little too late here this afternoon on the home floor.
And now Canisius has to turn around and get right after a big-time rival in Niagara when they head up to Lewiston on Tuesday night. So no time for Canisius to hold their head. If they finish the season with 2 wins on the road, they can still put themselves in a decent position heading into Albany next week.
17 points for Margaret Hafton, our daughter, on her senior day. 19 for Sarah Henriksdottir, was 25 for Stella Johnson, 14 for Camilla Hashkova, and Lexi Posset with 13 points for Rider. All of those coming in the second half. Our player of the game, Stella Johnson, no doubt about that. 25 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 block shots for Stella Johnson, just a sophomore, and what a terrific player she is for the Rider Bronx.
Yeah, she's just so efficient from inside and outside, and then when you fouled her, put her on the line, she hit 8 of 10 free throws. So she's just a really dynamic player, as you heard head coach Lynn Milligan talk about. She's probably one of the more dynamic players in this league.
Well, that'll do it for our broadcast here today. For Garrett Layton, I'm Jay Moran saying so long from the Kessler Center, where the final score was Riders 62, Canisius 54. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live on the ESPN app, or to watch this entire game on replay as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.